Hey everyone, James again with TFBTV. Now I'm positive that all of you have either seen or at least heard of the John Wick series of films. These movies were summer blockbusters, and that's due in no small part to the awesome, epic, and technically correct gunplay from those films. Now many of you may remember I was a little bit critical of the John Wick films in my top 5 gun guy movies video, but there are 2 things that I said in that video. Number 1, James Reeves loves his cousin Keanu very deeply, and number 2, the gunplay in those films, second to none. If there was an Oscar category for best gunplay in a movie, John Wick would sweep it every single year. Now, Keanu Reeves may have been born awesome, but he wasn't born awesome at guns. Someone had to help him get there, and many of you already know who that is. That is Taran Butler of Taran Tactical Innovations, just outside of Los Angeles, California. Taran is the de facto trainer to the stars whenever it comes to guns. So people saw John Wick and they asked, how can I learn to shoot like that? Well, it's really easy. Just hop on a plane to LA, get featured on a movie, and have them bankroll your training at Taran Tactical. At least that's how it was. Now we're bringing Taran Tactical to you. This is going to be one of the most epic series of videos that TFBTV has ever done. We went out to Taran Tactical Innovations and we got to train with the man, the myth, the legend, Taran Butler himself. Taran said to me, James, in under 2 hours of training, you're going to be able to draw a pistol out of your holster and fire 2 rounds 2 times into 2 targets at 25 feet away, all in under 2 seconds. Now, I didn't believe it, but Taran took me out and trained me anyways. We gave it the old college try, and I've condensed that 2 hours of training into about a 15-minute long video that's got about 6 steps for you to practice at home. And if you do it enough, you put enough rounds down range, and you get in enough practice, you'll be shooting like John Wick too. Make sure you watch the video all the way through, because at the end of the video, we are going to be talking about our new Patreon supporter giveaway. We're going to be giving away a gun a month to our Patreon supporters, and I'll tell you how to sign up at the end of the video. This giveaway is not sanctioned by YouTube or affiliated or sponsored by YouTube in any way. It's all TFB and TFBTV. But in the meantime, let's go to Taran's place.
All right, let me just see how you draw the gun without me telling you anything yet.
Okay.
Just hands at sides.
Yeah.
Good, do that again. Jay, did you bring a timer and red guns and all that? One more time.
Don't embarrass us, James.
No, it's good. Everything's good. Do it one more time. I want to get a bullet from this barrel into that target as fast as possible. So if I come up and I go past where I want to go, up into the air, I come back down and doink, fire, I just kind of waste it. If I'm trying to drive into the garage of my house, I don't want to go past my house to the 7-Eleven, back. It looks bitching for, you know, Fast and Furious, but it doesn't help me get in my garage faster. So I want you to drive out straight out. Think of it as like a big Conan sword. Get out of here. You drive it straight into the stomach right there. Just coming out, and drive in. Right when you set the lean, you squeeze the trigger right there, just like that.
Okay.
Okay. So when I want a good draw, I have 2 types of draws. But when I want a real serious draw, I kind of push into the gun a little bit. I'm not going. I'm just coming up to kind of push me into that higher grip on the gun.
Right.
Then the left hand's coming underneath to kind of scoop and lift it up, and drive out and tighten up and squeeze. That's it. Let's go ahead and do it. One little thing I want to do is hold the gun out. Is you fixed it just now, but you had your thumb kind of sticking in the air.
Yeah.
You want to. We have a little cut here called the accelerator cut. Okay. Your hands seem big enough, so you want to have it try to hit that ledge there.
Oh.
I'll show you what's gone on in the last, maybe 5 or 6 years of shooting. We've kind of maxed out all the little tricks between Bob Vogel and Rob Latham and all these legends and everybody shooting and all that. So the grip, you go back to the 80s. It was locked out. They were waiting, and then they realized to put a little shock absorber in there. You know. And they had their hand kind of down. Now we're kind of rolling up more. Now think of the left hand kind of like it's a relay. This is the baton, right? It's going to be easier if your hand is kind of getting about right in here versus you're out so fast, you're like, slow down, and you want to drop the baton like they've done like the last 4 Olympics, So if the baton's waiting in front, they're going to get it every time. I'm not saying to get in front of the gun, but you're going to meet here and drive that joint into the trigger guard. That's your landmark to roll up in there. That'll also come into play when we do reloads. So you want to get higher. That little accelerator cut there kind of locks you in place. So when I'm training people, I tell them when you draw, bring that left hand in, try to get this this joint here, hit underneath the trigger guard, that kind of is your landmark there. Then you roll your thumb up into that ledge there, and that gets you that higher grip. What that does is you'll shoot today, you'll double tap all kind of crazy stuff. When your grip is kind of low and soft, the double tap hits will be spread out.
Yeah.
You'll probably miss. It'll be all over the place. When you consciously get that grip locked in there like that, your pairs will be closer together. And that's just the difference. So when you're shooting, you want less misses. You're trying to control the muzzle of this gun. So if you watch people, say for movies for instance, when I see someone holding a gun like this, immediately they're disqualified.
Right. Yeah.
If I was watching a race car movie and Tom Cruise is driving like this, get out of the way, call trick, call, you know, it would be ridiculous. The rest of the movie looks great, then all of a sudden he's like, honk honk, I'm Mr. Magoo. It wouldn't work.
Even if you're not that familiar with guns or cars or whatever, it looks silly.
Yeah. So you want to have that aggressive grip, which you're already like 90% there. I'm just working on little details with you. Go ahead and draw again.
Well, that's really what makes the difference.
It's true. Good, perfect. Let's do that again. Now I also want to kind of have this palm, I don't want to have big gaps in here, so you might have to cheat a little bit and come back a little bit, but somewhere in that ballpark where you're solid, you're seamless in here.
Right.
Perfect, okay. And what are you looking at when you're drawing? Say this is your threat, this is your target here, either one of these white ones.
I'm looking at, I try to draw out, look at the front sight with the target as contrast in the background. Exactly.
So staring at the A zone, we got A zones welded on here. A zone is in competition, that's the the part of the target you want to shoot.
Right.
So you're gonna, I want you to drive this part a little quicker.
Okay.
But put more focus on that green dot. That is everything, but also see it inside that rear notch. Don't let that rear notch just be forgotten.
Right.
Okay. Let's talk about reloads now really quick. Okay. Because those are the two basics for everything. It's like push-ups and sit-ups. Not that I do them, but you know what I'm talking about. You want to grab that mag. You come down with that left hand with your finger out like this. Just like that. Just come straight down. If that mag's not there, you go to the next one until you run out. Comes down with that finger towards the tip. So you can guide it straight in. Once you touch the front of that mag well or wherever the front of the gun, that's your switch to tell you you're ready to go. Shove it in hard and that left hand rolls back up like we talked about. So just try to practice coming down on that mag like this. So pretend like you're shooting. So this is, the gun's already out, you're shooting, you run empty. So how do you like to drop the slide?
Either slide release or I go over the top. I'm not dedicated. It just depends on what gun I'm using. Okay. So this one, the slide release is prominent enough where I think that would be good.
Okay, let's do it that way. I prefer it that way for a few reasons.
Faster.
I'll show you another reason. Let's actually, while you're talking about that, I'll kind of show everybody. So say I'm shooting boom, 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 and I go to a reload, hit the button, mag falls out, shove it in. If I go over the top, which is fine, it's not going to change the universe. I'm just talking about knickknacks for a little bit of time here. Grab it and shoot, you're good, right? It worked, did its thing, yada, yada. Okay, but one of the things that happens a lot with most semi-automatic guns is the slide will drop on its own from the impact of the reload.
Sure.
So if you're building in your muscle memory, I'll show you what'll happen. So you go to reload, hit the button, it dropped. Now if I naturally did it my way, where I just hit the slide release and go. If it automatically dropped and I just do that, it didn't do anything. I'm still on target, nothing happened. It's like I was listening to music because I'm driving, nobody cares, right? It didn't slow me down to get to work. Don't rely on it, you're still gonna do your slide release, but if it happens, you didn't rack a round out and waste time. Right. You'd immediately know and your thumbs just roll into position. No time is lost. If I do the over the top thing and grab the slide back, so hit the button, shove it in, it dropped, and I'm gonna just lock this into my system and rack it out. Now I lost a bullet, which could save me from getting scalped later or some nonsense, or the last zombie's gonna bite me. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but if you wanna be fast, if you wanna win stuff, and be the fastest at it, because all the time here, we're doing classes, the slide drops, more often than not. So why would you want to rack around out and lose time? Right. That's all there is to it. So I prefer that method. Now there's two ways of doing that. There is hitting it with your right thumb or your left thumb. That's up to you how big your hands are. If you have big hands, I go right thumb. Left thumb, anybody can do it. And the way that works, try to show the cameras, is it's back to what I talked about, how this joint hits that trigger guard again. A lot of guys will shove the mag in and they hold it low. Earlier you had it kind of low, I'm going to fix that.
I naturally do that.
You want to be towards the tip so you can touch the front, shove it in hard. I call it kind of a drive-by. This hand still keeps going up and it does like a hoop dreams on this ledge of the hoop and drops the slide. Stupid analogy, but I'm coming in, shoving it hard, I'm still going, I'm driving into that trigger guard, and either right thumb, I have big enough thumbs to do either one I want, but say left thumb, hit it, and I roll back on. And that's it. A lot of guys will shove it in, and they kind of stop back here, then they get this really bad low grip. So let's have you work on that. The button, shove it in. Good. That's really all there is to it. You've got a lot of experience already, so we're just working on a little bit of details. Draw and double tap 2 targets. We go boom, 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 2 shots each. Stand a little more on the balls of your feet. And actually, let's just do a little less. Let's just draw and double tap 1 guy.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Shooter ready, stand by. Good. 2 alpha, your first shot was 36, your double tap was a 20. That was really, really good. I'm not gonna tell you anything, that was really good. Now we'll just go like 5% faster, see if that,
Oh, that's it. I just gotta crank it up a little bit, huh?
No, it's really good. Okay, let's do that again. Let's see if we can
fast.
get a double tap in the teens and still keep them in the A zone.
Okay, all right, so same target?
Same exact thing.
Okay.
Okay, shooter ready, stand by. Good. Now, did you feel a little sloppy with your left hand? Was
Yes,
kind of
I
like,
did.
what am I doing?
Yep.
Okay, let's try to lock that left hand in. Let's do it again. You got an Alpha Charlie that time. I just care that you don't miss completely.
Right.
You have the horsepower to do splits in the teens, but we're about 8 yards away. I would save those 15 splits for the closer paper targets.
Right.
Let's back this back to like an 18 split with 2 alpha.
Okay.
So everybody's like, oh, how fast are my splits?
Yeah.
My splits. And splits are cool, but they're more cool than what they do for you.
Right.
Okay, now we're going to double tap these 2 guys.
Okay.
Let's scoot over a little bit. And it's boom, 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 boom. 2 shots each. I want 2 alphas each.
Okay.
Here we go. Shooter ready. Stand by. Good. Let's review that now. 135 draw, a 21 double tap, a 48 transition. I want your transitions in the 30s soon.
Okay.
Eventually in the 20s, okay? Then you did a 19 split. That was 225 total time. Let's do it again. Before we're done here in about a mag or 2, I want these 2 in under 2 seconds.
Okay.
With good hits.
Okay.
Okay,
How
upper
much
body,
time we got?
be a little more on the balls of your feet, not on your heels. You don't got to be like, ah, but you're just a little bit forward. And that left hand, I want that left hand on there tight. Hold the gun out really quick. Now move your left hand. I'm going to show you how tight my left hand is on here. Like that.
Taran, this is magnetic.
That's how
Feel
tight
the
I am.
electricity.
So the right hand, you don't want a death grip with the right hand. You know why, right?
No.
Your
tell me.
finger gets really stiff and your double taps go bop, 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 bop. They're like, it's like a farting car. Shooter ready. Stand by. Good, really good hits. 223. A 126 draw was faster. It was a 19 split. Now the transition was slow. It was 50. I want that in the 30s and we're home free. So once you get that, get on that next one.
Okay.
Don't kind of like, sit there staring at your aftermath and perusing.
Exactly. It's just like looking up during the drive.
You're all perusing your destruction and your misery, reveling in your death. All right, lean more into it a little bit on the balls of your feet. Shooter ready, stand by. 226 again. The draw was a little, you were on there and you kind of waited.
Yep, yeah.
You were there and you're like, I don't want to park yet. I'll listen to music for a little bit longer. It's a good song, okay?
I do that.
I do too. 225, there was still a hesitation. You were there and you were just kind of aiming again. Listen to music. Probably like Quiet Riot or something. Come on, feel the noise. All right, let's aim a little better now. 210, almost there. 211 in progress, we're almost there. Almost. Now the draw is good, don't go too much crazier, but the transition's a 48. That could easily be a 30. So get those 2, drive in there a little bit more aggressively and stop, and 2 in the A zone.
Okay.
Shooter ready, stand by. 211 in progress again. There was a hesitation.
Yep.
Let's do one more, a little bit over. Think of the beep as like a bubble. And say you're in an arm wrestling contest. Nobody goes, you're done, right? The second it goes, you're on it. Now don't blow your toe off, but hear the beginning of that beep. It's like a big bubble going by.
Okay.
Don't go and then go. It's the second you hear the
Gotcha.
top of it. 206, good hits. Only 1 Charlie. Let's do one more. 205. 201. 194, you did it. 115 draw, 21 double tap. Wasn't even that crazy of a split. You still pulled it off. Your transition was a 40. It's just practice. But once you learn a really good run, you kind of mentally lock that in your mind and you build off of that run. Shooter ready, stand by. 183. Shooter ready, stand by. 198. Woo. Excellent. 114 draw, 22 split, 42 transition, 20 split. Good.
I'm still not getting that transition fast enough, but
So,
I guess we can work on
it's our
that.
first day and you can always get better. Look at the hits though. You got 2 alphas right together. It's perfect.
Just getting all of those things to coalesce is really the difficult part.
It is. And when it gets to a bigger course, it's even more of a mind screw.
Sure. Oh, I can imagine.
So when we do the bigger course later, the mindset is, I'll set up all 3 guns. It's long. It's a lot of shooting. It's 60 rounds, whatever. But in your head, don't think of it as one giant course. Break it into little sections. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Nice and smooth. Shooter ready. Stand by.
Wow, what'd you guys think about that? Pretty incredible, huh? Taran's a pretty cool dude, funny guy, really enjoyed spending the afternoon with him. We spent a lot of time at his range. We worked some on pistol, we worked some on carbine, and we just got to know the people at Taran Tactical Innovations. So we have a lot more videos coming your way. It was my absolute honor to work with Taran, and we'll be bringing more tips. So make sure you subscribe to TFBTV because we've got How to Shoot Like John Wick Chapter 2 on the way, as well as a lot more TTI content. So make sure you subscribe and do us a favor, support us on Patreon. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are going to be doing a monthly gun giveaway for our Patreon supporters in the $5 and higher range. So if you're giving $5 or more on Patreon, you will be automatically entered into a drawing every month for a free gun. This month, October of 2018, we're giving away a Ruger American pistol, but I will announce the giveaway and a winner every single month. As long as the Patreon support keeps rolling in from you guys, we're gonna keep giving guns away. So again, all you have to do is go to Patreon, sign up at $5 a month or higher, and you will be automatically entered into every single drawing. It's that easy. In any event, thank you guys so much. Viewers, subscribers, our Patreon supporters, I love all of you, and thank you most of all to Taran Butler and the guys at Taran Tactical Innovations for making this series happen. Can't wait to show you guys more, but in the meantime, see you next week.